Hello and welcome back to another video in the series of the Update Arch 2.0. I hope you're already enjoying your experience with Arch 2.0, and today's video, in this one, we are going to look at the accents. Accents is one of the biggest updates that we had in the clipart section and especially in Arch 2.0. Now let's look at how to navigate to accents, and then we'll take a look at some of the examples that I have for you, and we'll understand how we can use accents. On screen, what you see here is one of the designs that Jasper put together, and he did that in a very short amount of time. You can do something like that too. We'll totally take this design apart and we'll see what went into creating this. But first, let's look at where to find accents. We go to clip arts, scroll down, you find accents, click on view all. Once again, click on clip arts, scroll down to find accents and click view all. Alright, so here we have all the different accents. Okay, I'm not going to name them for you. You can do it yourself. You go to accents, click on view all and take a look. There are 34 categories of accents. 34. That's massive. All you have to do is pick what you want to use and use them in your design. Now let's look at this design and let's try and see what went into it, and then we'll take this design apart totally and see exactly what happened. So we have the text here, we have Plasty here. I think this is really not a text but some kind of image, a PNG image created and uploaded into this design. Then we have some tape here, we have the picture of a person. I can see only the eyes, I can't see the rest of the face. We have some face here, one more here, a cartoony face here. We have an airplane here. We have some design going on here. We have a circle with some gradient and texture, I guess. Then we have some light leaks here. Overall, there is a gradient. There's some gradient here. There's a lot going on in this, but why do we want to assume? Let's go in and really check what happened to this image. Okay. So here's the actual image. Let's go to the layers and show you what went into creating the look that we have in this. Okay, so this is the image. Let's look at all the layers. These are all the layers that were used in this image, and it didn't take too long. Okay, so let's go from the bottom up and see what went in. Noise texture. Do you see that this just added a noise to the entire image? Okay, then let's look at an accent here, a flower vintage accent. Okay, this one. Then we have the cartoon image. This is from the it's also kind of the vintage, maybe 90s or so on. Then we have another one here, melancholy. Then we have a gradient. So we had a texture overlay, we have a gradient, and again I'm saying that not all of these are from the accents piece of the clip art section. Some may be from the textures, but that's okay, you get the idea. Then you have the circle background, it's a gradient. Then you have another gradient added. We have another gradient added from the top right there. Now let's look at where this one goes. Okay, another gradient texture added here. Okay, let's see. If I select that, click on this, go down here. Has any change been made? Just a little on the pixelate, but other than that, no other changes. So for each of these layers, you have access to a whole plethora of design options. You can change anything, just change the entire look of that particular layer. So let's look at another one. Okay, there's one more here. Then let's add another one. There's one more layer, especially on the circle. You can see those dotted pattern, right? Then we have some flowers. I think this is really not visible, but it's somewhere here. There's one more here that just appeared. Let's see where that is. Okay, where did that? Yeah, there we go. These leaves there, those flowery thing. Then we have the sticky tape that got added here. We have another image of a sticky tape there. We have some overhead lights which highlighted this portion, and then we have the little airplane there. So that is what went into creating this design. So if you want to do it yourself, get the image of anything you want. A portrait would work good because you're creating a kind of design. But look at these eyes. So whatever Jasper did here, he made sure that those eyes were still the central highlight. So in your image, if you have a central highlight, just don't cover it up with all sorts of overlays and textures and gradients and accents. Make sure that that still remains the central focus, but you can add on these accents to the other portions of your design just to give that design that needed lift, if I may say. Okay, so let's look at another example and see what we can do with accents. So here we are in the next design. This is another image that was created by Jasper, and just by looking at this image you know that there's a lot going on here. So first we have the celebrity Kali here and her name written, and all of these are accents which are available here. So for example, let's look at those letters. Where do we find those letters? Scroll down, you find the collage letters, or you can also go down and find them in the ransom note letters. So shall we break this down and see what went in? Okay, let's go down. This is the actual cutout image. Okay, you have the cutout image. Now all we have to do is add on the different layers to this image and make it look like this. Okay, so what went in first? Let's go to the layers and see what happened. There are a lot of layers here. Don't worry, it doesn't take too long to build out some design like this. All you have to do is keep adding and adding and adding and it becomes your design. So let's go to the background first. Let's fill up the background, which is right now a transparent background. And we got this background. Okay, that's nice. Then we add a gradient to it. You can still see the outline of those leaves here, right? But there's a gradient background added and it already gives a very nice feel. You can kind of, if you're satisfied with this look, you can go ahead with it, add some text in here and finish it. But no, let's go on, let's go further. Then we added in some aesthetic 90s accent. We have some letter there, just to, you can change it up. It doesn't matter what you add there. Later on, when you keep adding some more layers of gradients and opacity and those settings, you can mask all these things and make it look like this, right? Okay, let's go on to see the other layers. Okay, that's a nice one. And we're able to do all this because Kali is up here somewhere. Where's her picture? Okay, here it is. So it's somewhere in between. Now how do we get that there? So even if you add her image as the first one, as you keep adding the other layers, you just drag them down. So you can either click on the layer and use these arrows here up or down, or just click, drag and drop to whichever position in the layers you want that particular layer to be in. Okay, let's go back down and keep unfolding what went in. Okay, we have one more. Okay, and then there's a foil overlay. This uses a lot of accents from, I think, almost all the accent categories. I don't know, just saying. Then you have another picture there, a 90s girl cutout. You have a comic overlay. Then you have a butterfly. You have another overlay which created another look to the entire image. You have a subtle overlay again. It's subtle, so you really couldn't make out. Okay, then you have a sad girl vintage there. Abstract overlay. Okay, can you see that? And all that is happening behind the celebrity. You have a gradient overlay. Now it's, if you can notice, it's already masking this. There was a love letter at the back, and that already got masked with these other elements that we added, but it can still be seen a little bit, not too much, but it can be seen. There's another gradient overlay, and now this has kind of masked the whole thing, and we have this. It doesn't look like the look at this cartoon image there, the sad girl vintage image, and it already gave a very different look to this image, don't you think? Let's add another gradient. Okay, now to get some highlights behind her, we added this gradient. That's nice. So pick and choose the gradients that you want to use for the purpose you're looking at. We have another overlay, another overlay. Then we got the Plasty logo image. Okay, it's just added in there. You know it is Plasty, though you can't see the entire thing. Sometimes in modern photography, modern compositions, you don't need to show the entire thing. See, for example, the P is cut off, the Y is cut off, but you still know it is Plasty. So as long as people know what it is, you don't need to be able to show the entire thing. So keep that in mind for graphic design. Then you have some flower here at the back, neatly camouflage kind of into it. Then you have a cloud, added a cloud there, another vintage flower. Okay, then we have the torn paper right here. Now take a look at this. It looks like this poster is torn here. Yeah, the butterfly is gone and everything else. So remember, when you're using these torn paper textures, it's good to have them up on top and not the bottom, because if they're at the bottom, you will not be able to see anything. Another vintage flower just to frame the image. Now we go to the letters. Okay, K is there, then we have a heart there, we have A, and these two are behind her. Then we have her image. So if you remove the image, this is what it looks like now. You have the image, the letter L on top of her, and we should have the I, which is coming up soon. Then we have another torn paper texture here, the accent is there. We have another gradient overlay at the bottom. Okay, and then one more at the side here, just giving in those little touches, the subtle hints to change the look of the image. Another abstract overlay. Then we have some chains, and then finally we have the butterfly tattoo. Did I miss something? Yes, the letter I. And there we have it. Our design is complete. And did it look like anything that we started out with? No, it looks totally different. And this is what composition is all about. So when you keep layering different elements, keep testing, trying. There is no hard and fast rule that you have to do it in certain order. You have to test, try different combinations to get the looks that you want. Okay, we'll go to one more design and we'll totally take that apart also. Okay, and all these designs were created by Jasper and team. All right, here we are at the third design. We're not going to take too long for this, but there are a lot of layers in this as well. Okay, so it goes on to tell you that if you want to create eye-catching designs, you need to use a lot of elements, layer them, stack them up one over the other, and play around with the opacity and other settings to create that effect, that desired effect that you're going for. So let's look at it. So we have the cutout image, which is the image of this woman, and then let's start with the background. Okay, so we have this background, and let's go to the next one, which is a gradient. The background is totally covered, so why did we need this background in the first place? You could play around with the gradient opacity. So let's look at this one, and let's go to this opacity and see what happens. Okay, see, you can do something like this if you want, just to make some of those gradient, those background patterns come through. You can do that. Let's put it at about 98%. Just a subtle hint of that. Okay, then let's go to the accent. We have this skeleton accents there. We add another gradient. Now you can still see the patterns from the bottommost layer there. So let's add another gradient. So we are adding these gradients at the back to make the person stand out. We're adding a clouds effect. Would you ever think that you're going to add clouds to a design like this? No, but you could add them anywhere you want. We add another background gradient, another gradient, another gradient. Okay, take a look. The image just totally changed now in appearance. Then we add this paper, the paper cut. It's like it's torn there. There's a halftone gradient. All these you can find in the accents. Okay, and this is added just behind her face, her head, so it looks like she's standing in front of it. We have the overlay. Then we have an image. Now we are looking at some of the other accents which are available to us. This is something like the sculpture. We have another paper. Okay, so you could design this however you want. So we have this paper, right? So let's take that paper, and you want to make it like this, you could do that. You want to do it this way, it's a small one, so let's keep it that way. Then we have the tape. Okay, you can see it here, it's very light. Then we have another tape, a rainbow. Did you see that rainbow here? Now initially you wouldn't have seen it. Would you have noticed that there was a rainbow here? May not be. You might not have seen it, but there's a rainbow accent here. It's an overlay, and this brings us to the final image that was created using all these different layers. This is the power of accents. This is what you can accomplish with accents. Okay, so once again, to recap, where do you find them? Go to clip arts. Okay, let it load, scroll down a little bit to accents, click on view all, and then start using all these amazing elements in your designs. What we showed you here is just a sampling of what you can do. There's a lot more you can do. So with that said, that's the end of this particular video, but in the next video we'll be looking at another wonderful element in the 2.0 upgrade. And again, to remind you, if you're a founding member, this upgrade and all future upgrades are free for you. Update, I hope it's not confusing. I'm talking about any updates made to this section of clip arts or elements. There's Arts 2.0 and you get it free for life. All right, have fun designing. I'll see you in the next video.